All right. Good morning. You guys are here for an arraignment. The arraignment is the process where the judge tells you what you're charged with.
I got a couple this morning that I thought were fun, and I just wanted to do them. I'm going to do another one at 7 on the other channel, but I thought these were good, and I don't want them to go to waste.
And asks you how you wish to plead to the charge. So this probably won't take us very long. Here with us is Ms. Jeanette Jackson from the Public Defender's Office. And when I call your name, Ms. Sters, come right up to the podium there and we'll talk about your case. Good morning.
Morning.
First case we're going to address this morning is People versus Gail, Lynn, Sters. File number is 252176. You're Gail Sters?
Yes.
Of course you are, but I need to identify you for the record. You got a ticket for having open intox in a motor vehicle. I say this a lot. If murder is up here on the top of the scale, open intox is somewhere down here at the bottom. But it is a misdemeanor in Michigan to have an open container in a vehicle. Punishable by up to 90 days in jail and a fine of up to $100. This was way out in the boondocks at 12:40 in the afternoon on October 16th. Doesn't say what it was. Oh, stop for passenger, slurred speech. Jim Beam, 80 proof. All right, so they allege you had some Jim Beam in a car. You weren't driving it, so that's good. But it was open and they say you were drinking it in the car. How do you plead to that charge?
Guilty.
All right, anybody threaten you to get you to plead guilty?
No.
Or promise you anything?
No.
You signed this advice of rights acknowledging that there won't be a trial if you plead to this charge.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you do something, the best thing to do is just accept it, own it, and get it over with. Who are you with?
John Drake.
She tries to sell that I don't drink anymore. Even though we're here because she's got Jim Beam in her car. So does the next guy.
And what were you guys doing? Just tooling around out in the country?
Yeah, we were in Purgatory. We were parked at a parking spot in state land, Purgatory.
Yes.
And just left and got pulled over.
All right.
Oh, come on, Judge Middleton. You know what they were doing. I know what they were doing. Don't make her say it in court.
Been out there. I went out there to look at something. And I had hardly had any cell phone service out there, but there's a reason why they call it Purgatory. All right. And you had some Jim Beam?
Yes. The police officer let me put the rest of the bottle was only that far gone.
Okay.
I had been sober for 2 years at that point. I was out there because they were in town.
What? You've been sober for 2 years at that point. The first time you see Judge Middleton, it's because you got Jim Beam in your car and you had one sip of it. Is this what we are to believe? I mean, she's sweet. I like her. But come on.
On Three Rivers, getting a rapist murderer. So I went out there to hide for a minute.
All right. Well, who was that?
I don't know. That was right around the corner from where I live.
Well, I know you'd been.
She was avoiding the bad guy, don't you know?
Sober for a while.
Yes.
I'm sorry to hear that you fell off the wagon. Are you doing better now?
Yes.
All right.
He let me put the bottle on the back of the car.
Miss Jackson and I knew a police officer some years ago, a state trooper. He stopped some kids out where you were, and they were in a Jeep, and they had open beer in the car. And he wrote them a ticket for having open intox in a vehicle. In the police report, he said he poured the beer out. And they came in. I was prosecutor at the time. And they said, well, he poured the beer out, but he poured it out on the floorboards of our Jeep. So he just poured the beer inside the Jeep. At least they dumped yours out. I'm not sure what the statute is, but the fine here, Ms. Stowers, is $75. There's a $75 crime victims' rights fee and a $50 state minimum fee. $200. I'm not sure which murder rapist you're talking about.
Somewhere in Three Rivers. They got him the next day.
Yeah, you see, there are like 3 judges that handle anything criminal related in this county. He's one of them. And he used to be the prosecutor. He's going to know about anybody who's doing that in St. Joe County. Like there's none of those guys are in St. Joe County that Judge Middleton is not aware of, unless they haven't been caught yet.
Well, all right. We've got more murderers and the people charged with murder in our jail than we've had in quite some time. With everything that's going on in the world, we don't need any more of that. We've got several homicides and attempted homicides. At any rate, that's $200. And can you pay that within 30 days, or do you need a payment plan?
I need a payment plan.
Well, I hope you're back sober. You were doing a lot better. I haven't seen you in a long time.
I know. I'm doing very well.
She needs a payment plan. She had to go buy another bottle of Jim Beam because your officers supported out, Judge.
I'm glad to hear it. But this wasn't the answer to that question.
Every day that I get up early, a lot of times I will watch 3B first because it's one of the first ones that comes on, and it is so folksy and cute. He goes on and he like has a little chit chat with YouTube for, I don't know, 20 minutes to a half hour. Then he stops, he starts calling cases, and he's off with his day, and he doesn't mention it again. But he really does. It's like so like wholesome and sweet.
252176 ST. All right. You go down, set up a payment plan. How about if you don't come see me for a while? You come visit, but don't come in.
Yes, sir.
All right. You're good to go.
Thank you. It's good to see you when I like this.
All right. Thank you. See you at Myers or something. All right. She's been doing better. He has another case.
Yeah, I saw that. He gives a couple lyrics of a song and then he has people guess it. It's really cute. It really is.
Am I supposed to stay here?
Yes, sure. Go ahead.
This guy's a vibe. He really is.
Good morning, sir. Are you Eugene Downer?
Yes, sir.
I'm Judge Middleton. You got 3 sets of tickets that are out here.
Seriously? I don't know what's going on. It looks good on mine. The video's just not working. I mean, it's clear as a bell on my computer, but it's not like I disbelieve you.
that we need to address. File 251535 alleges that in July 28th of 2025, you were driving with a suspended license and improper plates.
Yes, sir.
Then 3 days later, on July 31st of 2025, they charge you with no insurance under the insurance code, but I don't know why they didn't charge you with driving suspended.
That one I did not
Understand
understand.
that. And you got,
I had insurance,
just a minute,
but
you got another one for driving suspended on August 11th of 2025. Now, your license is suspended because you got in a drunk driving accident and somebody got seriously injured. So you drove on a suspended license 3 times in about 14 days, and then you failed to appear.
I do not have a way to get back and forth to court.
Yeah, it's almost like he doesn't care. I don't have a way to get back and forth to court. Well, you've made it. Que milagro.
All right, well, you're here now.
Yes,
How'd
sir.
you get arrested over the weekend?
I was on my bike trying to get back to my house, back where I stayed, at the house. I live in,
What town did you get arrested in? Three Rivers?
yes, sir.
What day?
I really couldn't tell you. I think it was on Saturday. Could have been Friday or Saturday. I don't know, sir.
Let's look. Um, 3 days, must have been Friday. So you don't have an attorney on these, and you failed to appear for a pretrial on all 3 of these cases. They set it for November 18th, but I'm not going to wait that long.
Can I say something, sir?
Yes, sir.
Well, every time I could not appear, I called the courthouse and told them, I just don't have, I even tried to get that bus service to come pick me up, and they said you had to leave a 2-day notice for us to come out there to pick you up. Well, I said, well, I'm calling right now to give you notice that I want to go to court on a certain day.
I'm going to set this for
They wouldn't
pretrial
go.
tomorrow. Mr. George will be here, and I'm sure he'll be quite helpful. I'm going to set these for pretrial for 11/4/25 at 8:30. We're going to be busy tomorrow, but we'll fit this in. Bonds remain.
If I
Yeah.
took a bond out, sir, I could not get back in here because I can't walk that far.
All right. Well, we're going to have you brought over here tomorrow to meet with the prosecutor and see if we can resolve all of these. You did after the October, excuse me, there were 2 in July and 1 in August. And you got picked up on different dates, and then you failed to appear on every date. You did call and say, hey, I can't get here. So
He failed to appear on every date. He's consistent. I do like that he calls. I do like that he calls and just gives them the middle finger. You know, I'd like to come, but I can't because I'm drunk and I can't walk and I can't drive and the sun's in my eyes and I don't feel like it and I have IBS. Okay. All right. Bye-bye.
I'm going to leave you right where you are until tomorrow, and we'll get the prosecutor. I can get you a bus pass to get you back to Three Rivers tomorrow, but you're going to spend another night in jail unless you post $800 of bond, and we'll try to deal with all your cases tomorrow morning. I'll fit it into my schedule, but I don't want to leave you in jail until November 18th, which is when it got set.
Could I ask another question, sir?
Yes, sir.
On my driver's license, they say I'm an alcoholic, and I don't drink. I had a couple of beers back when 2015. Well, when it was, that's when my sister passed away, and I wasn't doing good. Somebody handed me a beer and said, "Try this, it might help." I don't think I had two at the most. And I blacked out. I don't remember no accident or nothing. But
Well, that accident where the guy was hurt was in 2016.
I can't remember exactly when it was. But I know it was a long time.
Well, we'll try to deal with it all tomorrow, all right? I'll see
I can't remember when it was. I was wasted that whole time period. And since.
you then. But in the meantime, you're going to stay where you are unless you post the bonds. That's the best I can do. I didn't want to leave it for November 18th.
But
I'll see you tomorrow at 8:30. That was a bad accident with a bad injury, and he's been suspended ever since. All right, Ms. Jackson, we'll have Mr. Reed deal with him tomorrow, and maybe or Mr. George, maybe we can resolve these. By that time, he'll have 4 days of jail credit. All right, that finishes our arraignments. I don't believe we had any pretrials this morning. We got in 2 bench warrants, and it's not even 9 o'clock yet.
And this is file 25-3401AL. We've got petitioner, Ms. Witkowski, attorney, Mr. Bauer,
This one's a little different.
who's appearing on behalf of the respondent, secretary.
Jeremiah Buffalo working on behalf of the Secretary.
All right, Mr. Bauer, I have had a chance to review the pleadings in this matter and the record and your brief. Go ahead with the narrative.
Well, Judge, I know you've had some familiarity with these appeals yourself in private practice and what petitioner has to go through to try to get her driver's license.
Don't see too many with 20 years plus of abstinence.
Amen. And say a serious relapse history. She has a serious sobriety history, Judge. 23 years. She proved by clear and convincing evidence, hands down, that her alcohol problems under control.
When's the last time she used heroin?
Yeah,
When's the last time she used meth?
exactly.
When's the last time she used mushrooms?
Yeah.
But those weren't problems.
No, exactly.
Is that the only reason for the denial?
He quoted a serious relapse history, Judge, which was the only reason for the denial. But that seemed to fly in the face of reason in that after 23 years, she hasn't had a relapse.
Well, let's see what the secretary has to say, and you can reserve some more about it.
Absolutely.
All right, Mr. Burgo.
Your Honor, as noted by the ALJ, there is a subsection in Administrative Rule 257313. Though the ALJ quotes subparagraph F, I do believe he meant to quote subparagraph D, being that the hearing officer may require that the petitioner present evidence from not less than 3 independent sources to corroborate the petitioner's behavior with respect to alcohol and controlled substances. As such, Your Honor, this is a requirement that is allowed by the administrative rules, and the ALJ was supported by clear and convincing evidence in this decision. Thank you.
Thank you. Any rebuttal?
Again, Judge, I think this was a stretch by the hearing officer. I don't know why they would deny. And the other thing, Judge, is that we've only requested the interlock device as well. Was it full driving privileges? We can monitor for another year with the interlock. So I think it was an arbitrary, capricious abuse of his discretion.
Well, in this case, the petitioner had 4 convictions for drinking and driving. The last one was in 2002, 23 years ago. The evidence that petitioner presented was that she'd been sober since that time. And the hearing officer made a finding to that effect, saying, quote, Ms. Witkowski's claim of abstinence from alcohol since August 2002 was supported by her evidence. The hearing officer nonetheless denied her petition for license restoration because she failed to document that she has also abstained from drugs. However, there was zero evidence that drugs were ever an issue for this petitioner. Therefore, I believe that's an abuse of discretion. The evidence available showed that she had never used marijuana or other drugs, except a brief prescription for Percocet while she was receiving medical treatment in the past. The substance use assessment and the drug screen showed no problem with drugs. So as I read this over, this appeared pretty clearly to be an example of a hearing officer looking for any technical reason to deny the petition, rather than objectively and dispassionately assessing the evidence to see whether the petitioner had proven by clear and convincing evidence that her substance abuse was under control and was likely to remain under control. Her 23 years of abstinence does that. There was a recent opinion as well saying that even the imposition of a restricted license with the interlock has to have some evidentiary basis. I see none on this record. I grant the petition in full and would sign an order directing the Secretary of State to restore full driving privileges to Mr. Custer.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I've been presented with a proposed order.
Yeah, that one surprised me. I didn't see it going there. It makes sense, but just the way he started it, he was being sarcastic, and I didn't pick up on that because he's so dry. I thought he was being skeptical, but he was being sarcastic. But apparently this woman has been clean for 23 years.
So I've signed both parts of the first copy. The other ones can be trued for you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
If experience tells me anything, the Secretary of State will want to see a
He's a good one.
prosecutor's signature on that as approval as to form as well.
Absolutely.
So if you want to review that, Mr. Woodrow.
Thank you.
Up to me.
All right, that's all I got. I just thought those were kind of fun. I didn't want them to go to waste because I got a long stream set for 7. I'll see you guys there. Thanks for coming out. I appreciate it. Sorry the video wasn't working. I don't know why. It's really frustrating from my end because I'm looking at it and it's clean as a whistle over here, the way where I'm doing it. But you know, I can't tell till you guys tell me. And then later, if I go watch the review, I see what you're talking about. I don't think you're lying to me.